Ignorance of the cause can probably make cure an impossibility. But what about death? We read in Genesis chapter 2 from verse 16 to verse 17. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Years ago, stories surfaced about near-death experiences where people who had died gave incredible accounts of the things that they saw and heard while dead. Sadly, millions believe that these accounts are evidence that the dead are not really dead. This foundational belief of spiritualism is one of Satan's most viral, widespread, and most effective deceptions. Now, spiritualism actually began in the Garden of Eden with the serpent's lie to Eve, according to Genesis chapter 3, verse 4, which says, And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. This whole idea of spiritualism also lays at the roots of the greatest spurious religious movements of the 19th century, with the Fox sisters' claim, later admitted fraudulent, that they were communicating and getting answers from the spirits of the dead about their problems. Satan lied to our first parents and they gave heed to his deception. First, he actually overturned the commandment of God, and secondly, he even complicated the consequences of breaking the law of God with the most controversial issue that we are now discussing, of the immortality of the soul. As we read in Genesis chapter 3 and verse 5, For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. This was the most pivotal deception of Satan's movement of wanting to overthrow the government of God. Friends, our only safeguard against Satan's last-day delusions is a personal relationship with Christ and a solid grounding in the teachings of the Bible. This includes its teachings about death, regardless of what our ears, eyes, and hearts may tell us. Hey, as the Americans are either going to suffer or get rewarded in their decision to select either Harris or Trump, the same way we face consequences of believing in the controversial or in the opposite direction with the Bible and with our God. In the next episode, we are going to look at the deadly consequences of giving heed to the doctrines of devils.